5 reasons for your life feeling good but not great. Does your life appear to be going well on paper, but it's not feeling quite right? If so, you should use this. There are 5 reasons you might ask yourself, I should feel happier. What gives when you take a look at your life? Number 1. You don't tell the truth about what really desires you. Do you really desire the life you now lead? Or is it something that society tells you ought to want? For instance, society advises us to pursue success, wealth, position, and power. We're also told that women should pursue suburban homes, families, love, and motherhood. Think on these questions. Did you follow your desires and intuition to develop your life? Or did you create your life by following your moral convictions? What would your life look like in an ideal world? Does it appear to be the same as your current life, or is it different? It's acceptable if your response is I don't know. However, examine yourself to determine whether I don't know is your automatic response because you actually know what you want and are reluctant to pursue it since it may upset your present way of life. Sometimes it's hard to answer this question because we've been doing the right thing for so long that our genuine wants get masked. It's similar to how your muscles gradually get smaller if you stop going to the gym. You go out of practice if you don't regularly pay attention to your wants. When was the last time you followed your desires and followed the spark? How did that make you feel? After you've recognized that emotion, begin searching for items that give you that feeling. Number 2. You don't put happiness and pleasure first. Is scheduling enjoyment of life the final task on your daily to-do list? Then you are not by yourself. It's quite simple to let life's obligations overwhelm you to the point that you neglect to take care of yourself. What hobbies give you a sense of exhilaration for living? Perhaps it's dancing to your favorite music, taking long walks, or reading romance novels. Start incorporating the things you enjoy doing into your daily schedule, just as you would when you go food shopping or clean your toilets. Enjoying yourself is equally as vital as your to-do list, if not more so. Joy is not a nice to have, but rather a prerequisite for a contented and joyful existence. Prioritize it by getting enough sleep, engaging in hobbies, going on trips, or doing anything else that makes you happy. Number 3. You spend too much time dwelling on what you don't have. The saying the grass is greener on the other side is as ancient as time. It's far simpler for us to put off finding happiness by believing that it's something we can do later rather than making the commitment to do it right away. Perfectionism plays a part in this, as a lot of us erroneously think that achieving our ideal life is the ultimate goal of happiness. It's a cunning way of saying, I'll be happy when everything is perfect. This causes us to get too fixated on the things we are lacking in our life. If you began to value the things you now had, how would that look? When was the last time you felt sincere thankfulness and appreciation? What bodily sensation did that emotion provide you? What aspects of your present circumstances give you the same feeling? It's easy to make an effort to recognize feelings of appreciation and thankfulness when they arise when you know what naturally evokes those emotions. Your mind will eventually turn from focusing on lack to this over time. Journaling thankfulness is not necessary. Number 4. You unconsciously prefer safety above development. Your brain's primary function is to maintain your survival. And although that's beneficial, after all, you can't live your greatest life if you're dead. Safety frequently stands in the way of achieving your objectives. The majority of meaningful endeavors in life include some level of emotional danger. That feels to your primitive, safety-obsessed brain like plunging headfirst into a shark-feeding frenzy. When, in fact, You're being put on the spot as you go for your ideal career, start a business out of your passion of creating candles, or take on a fitness and nutrition challenge. Your brain will try to distract you from that emotional exposure or discomfort by telling you things like this isn't the right time for this or this won't work. You will make decisions that promote safety rather than progress if you don't consciously challenge and change such beliefs. If a concept your brain is providing you causes you to feel bad or prevents you from pursuing your true desires, challenge it and select a different one. What more is possible? Could everything turn out to be for the best? Is there any chance that despite the difficulties, you will persevere and fulfill your dream? Is it possible to fail and still be guided towards something much better? Those are also outcomes that might occur. Don't let your brain to convince you that the worst case scenarios are what will probably happen. It likes to project our anxieties. Number 5. Your inner critic takes the show. In my life coaching practice, I've dealt with most women who have embarrassing or critical self-talk. This usually arises from having a parent who chastised or was critical of you when you made errors. It may also originate from the voice of society, since women are frequently chastised for anything they do. If you wear makeup, for instance, you're trying too hard, but if you don't, you're letting go. Or you're settling if you prioritize a love connection above your work. If you prioritize your career, you're frigid. This manifests itself in daily life for my clients as self-shaming when they don't live up to impossible expectations, second-guessing their choices, and refusing to accept responsibility for their mistakes. No matter what you have accomplished in life, if your inner critic is in charge, you will always feel as though your efforts are insufficient. It's also a major energy waste. Conclusion: don't freak out if life isn't feeling nice. It does not imply that there is a problem. All it indicates is that something is out of balance and requires care. You may live your best life by picking chances for improvement, concentrating on the positive aspects of your life, choosing to follow your desires, and practicing kinder self-talk.